Hey yo, so what is up my broskies? It is me Lupus aka Noah, and today I have my new mic. I know you guys are probably like, wee, finally, it took you forever. But I did get it, and I had done some audio tests. I've done some Skype calls, made sure it was really good quality, and I like it. It is the Blue Snowball, not the best quality microphone. It is a pretty decent one. It is a very common used one, and it is a highly recommended one for the price and stuff like that. But one problem I've seen with it is that it echoes, and seeing as my room doesn't echo very much, it doesn't have that kind of echo feeling to it, I don't really have to have that problem, so I can kind of just ignore that and use it anyway, and it is really good quality. I hope you guys do like it. But I'm going to talk to you guys about Xbox One and why I choose that console over PlayStation 4. And I know a lot of you guys who are wanting the PlayStation 4 or those of you who are switching over from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4 because you don't like the way the Xbox One has been saying stuff and stuff like that. But I hope you guys listen to this with an open mind. If you're not going to listen to this to an open mind, then I recommend you don't watch this video, because I will not have comments down below bashing me on my choice. It is my choice, and there's nothing you guys can do to change that. I like the console. I will still be uploading the same kind of content, as much content as possible. It just won't be on PlayStation. It'll be the same kind of thing, though, on Xbox. But I just want to explain why I choose this, and to help you guys make a decision as well for those of you who are unsure. And without further ado, let us get started. First off, I have to say something about the Xbox One's fan base. The Xbox fan base from back now, whenever we're playing Xbox 360, everybody's switching over to PlayStation because of some things they heard that they were not happy about. And I feel that is kind of stupid, because think about it, you've grown up playing Xbox. Why would you switch over to PlayStation? You've been defending Xbox against PlayStation, saying it was better for years, and now you are going to switch over. It just doesn't make sense. You have to have some kind of loyalty, and I know that sounds stupid and cheesy, but think about it. You've been playing it since you were a child. You've been playing it for years. It's the console that you've had. So, I mean, I don't understand why you just switch over as soon as you find out something you may not like. But I'm going to explain some stuff, because I know you guys probably have heard some stuff at E3 and stuff, and you may not be very happy about that. But I'm going to go ahead and explain it. So, the DRM deal with the used games. That's a very sensitive topic, and I wanted to hit on that first, because a lot of people have thought about it and think it's a lot worse than it is. Now, this depends on what kind of person you are. I do not buy very many used games. I buy most of my games new, or I pre-order them. And if you pre-order a lot of your games and you buy a lot of your games, maybe when there's a discount at the store, then neither of those are used games. Those are all brand new games. Maybe the other one you just don't have to pay as much as you would because there's a discount. So if you do that, think about it, then that will not affect you as much, that if you cannot play used games or you cannot buy them and stuff like that. But I know some of you may buy used games a lot, and that's a different thing, but I'm going to explain to you about something. Last week, I believe, before E3, my friend got an email from GameStop in a newsletter. I read the email as well, and I can't remember the exact time frame, but you are allowed to share games with your friends and stuff, and you can do this like once a month. It's kind of like the license transfer thing on an Xbox 360, where you can do it like once every 4 months, but you can do it like once a month or so, I think. That is what I heard. And I can't remember the exact time frame, but you can do it. It's just not like whenever. And honestly, that doesn't really matter. I want to explain this as well. You might be thinking, well, I go over to my friend's house a lot. What do I do when I want to play a game there? Well, all you have to do is bring the game, sign into your account on his Xbox, and there you go. The game is associated with your account, not with your Xbox. It's using the cloud. So if you're signed into your account on his Xbox, bada bing, bada boom, there you go. You can use it. That's all you have to do. And a lot of the times, I know a lot of people just carry their Xbox to their friend's house because, hey, maybe they play Battlefield or something, or Crysis, or Assassin's Creed, Medal of Honor. There's so many games that are not split screen. There's very few that are. Call of Duty and Halo being the main ones. A lot of them are not split screen. So you might need an extra Xbox. So when you do that, then you have no problems also. You'll have your game, they'll have their game. You'll have your Xbox with your account, they'll have their Xbox with their account. There's no problem there. I don't understand why a lot of people misunderstand this, and they think it's more of a burden than it is. I think Microsoft made it seem like a big deal because they didn't want to sugarcoat it. They didn't want to try and act like it wasn't anything, which it really isn't that much of a big deal. They just wanted to throw it out there and say, this is how it is. I know you guys are going to think it's bad, but if you are smart enough, then you will be able to realize the reality to it. And I realize the reality. So I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. As long as you're signed into your account, it doesn't matter what Xbox you're on. You can still play the game. If you go over to your friend's house and you want to play the game, you can still play the game. Just sign into your account, and then you can both access and play it. Like Call of Duty, for instance. If you want to play split screen, as long as you're signed into your account and they're signed into theirs, then you can play split screen. There you go. It just has to be signed into yours somehow. The game is associated with your account, not your Xbox. That is the main point that you guys need to understand. Another thing is the 24 hours internet thing. One thing that you guys don't know is that the 24 hours only affects you if you have the Xbox turned on. So let's say, for instance, your power goes out or your internet goes out for a couple days and you can't get it back on. Well, the average amount of time somebody plays Xbox or plays video games is about 4 to 6 hours a day, give or take. And when you think about that, if it doesn't count when your Xbox is turned off, let's see, that gives you about 4 or 5 days of gameplay where you can play single player and do other stuff without having to be on the internet before it does the check. So you have plenty of time, and plus all you have to do is get your internet working for half a second and make it, sign back in again, and then it will fix itself. Then you have 24 more hours. It's 24 hours with your Xbox being on. If your Xbox is turned off, then you don't have a problem. So that is one common misconception that people have made up about that. That is not as big of a deal as you guys might think. And this is just, it does depend on what kind of person you are. So if you were, just think about what kind of person you are, and that's all there really is to it. But if you can do all these things that I'm saying, and you kind of want the PlayStation 4, but you are an Xbox fan, then just understand what I'm saying, and you can still get the Xbox. There's no disadvantage to it, like people make it seem. Another thing is the price. The Xbox One is $100 more expensive than the PlayStation, but that is not that big of a deal, guys. Okay, let's think about this. They both have, some people have said the PlayStation has better hardware, but that is false. It has a lot more stuff, that is for sure. But when you add all the capabilities of all that stuff, it all limits down to one point. And the Xboxes, they may not have as much in it, but when it limits down, it's the same level. They both reach the same level of graphical capability. They both have, so there's no difference. A lot of people are saying that I don't really know how else to explain that, guys. The graphics will be the same. They both have the graphical capabilities. It's like comparing an Alienware to a Razer computer. They're both great computers. They're both fun to play on. The Razer is made completely different from the Alienware, yet they have the same graphical capabilities. If that makes sense to you, then I hope you understand that. So that is one thing. The PlayStation does not have an advantage graphically. But the Xbox does come with some things that make it worth the extra $100. Sure, it has all that extra stuff like, TV and stuff like that, but you may not use that. But a lot of you probably use Skype, a lot of you probably use Twitch. There's also a built-in game capture card recording thing, just in case you can't afford a really nice capture card like an Elgato, and you just want to be able to upload with ease. There you go. It's right there, and it's pretty simple to use. And then the Xbox One controllers are far superior to the PlayStation 4 controllers. I'm not saying in design. I don't want you guys to listen to that and be like, oh, that is blasphemy or something like that. What I mean is they have shock tested the Xbox controllers to make sure that they do not break. The PlayStation controllers, they have not said that they have done that. I don't know if they have. They might have. But they have said that each controller for the Xbox One has been tested, they've clicked every button 800,000 times, and they've dropped it from multiple heights to make sure that it would not break. So you can throw it at a wall, you can drop it, and it probably won't break. Sure, you take a hammer and you start beating on it, it will probably break. But any controller will do that. But as long as, the buttons don't get stuck, it doesn't short out or anything, and it doesn't drop, when you drop it, it doesn't break, then that is really good. The controllers are a lot better quality on Xbox. That's just a fact. The controllers on PlayStation are nice. I like the way they look. They look like they're made good. They're made out of good materials, but I don't think they're as durable as the Xbox controller. So that is another plus as well. Another thing is the Kinect. Sure, the PlayStation has PlayStation Move, but it is not on the same level. Kinect is completely different. They are completely different technologies, and the Kinect is far superior. That is not arguable. If you want to argue that, then go ahead. I will not pay any attention to it, because the Kinect and PlayStation Move are different. The PlayStation Move is more like the Wii. The Kinect is just you are the controller. There's a difference. So that also adds some value. So adding all that value up, you do get a little bit more. There is a reason for the extra $100 price range. But another thing is, when the PlayStation 3 came out, it was $1,000 the first when it initially came out. The Xbox 360 was $700. That is a significant difference from now. $500 for a next generation console that is far better than the old ones. For those of you who paid the first initial price for those consoles and you can't afford this, then there's a problem. Because this is a lot cheaper. It's a next generation console with the power of a PC inside of a box so you can sit on your couch and play. $500 is cheap. $400 is really cheap. That's true. But it's not that big of a deal, guys. I hope you guys understand that. Another thing is the games. I want to touch on this real quick. I do need to wrap up the video, but I'm looking forward to Xbox's game a lot more than PlayStation 4's because I don't really play very many indie games, and the PlayStation 4 doesn't have a lot of the titles that I like from Xbox. It doesn't have Halo. It doesn't have the next Halo, Halo 5. It doesn't have Titanfall. Titanfall looks amazing, guys. I really want to play it, and if I get a PlayStation, I can't play it. That's one thing that's one reason why. And another thing is Call of Duty gets extra stuff early, which I don't really care about, guys. I have a video that I'm uploading soon, but I like Call of Duty, but that's not important to me. But a lot of you Call of Duty players, you get the content early, and now, since Battlefield is no longer partnered with PlayStation, they are now partnered with Microsoft because they've realized that Microsoft does have a little bit of an advantage. We don't know what it is at this point. Maybe there's something we don't know. But Battlefield is now partnered with them, and now you can get Battlefield's DLC a week or so early than you can on the other console. So that is another advantage as well. If you like Battlefield, there you go. And then there's so many other games. Project Spark, that game looks awesome. Coming from a guy who wants to be a game developer and a game designer, having the freedom to make a world and make a game like that looks pretty cool. Like, it's kind of like designing a game, but not really. It just looks super fun. And I really do like the whole idea behind that. And then they have all these other exclusive games. Dead Rising 3 looks awesome. I love the way that looks. Rise, that looks sick. There's so many games that I'm looking forward to on Xbox, and if I get a PlayStation, I won't have access to them. It's not saying I don't like the stuff coming out on PlayStation, it's saying that I'm looking forward to the Xbox stuff a little bit more. I like the way the games are, and I like all the games that are going to be on it. And I hope you guys did like this video. I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I hope you guys didn't judge me too hard on what I was saying. But if you did like this video, be sure to smack that like button, give that subscribe button, just a little bit of loving, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for my next video, and if you're new to my channel, go ahead and check out some of my previous videos. I hope you guys did like this mic, and peace. By the way, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy the Fable 3 gameplay in the background. Me and my best friend JD were screwing around on there. And if you do want to download Fable 3, you can get it on the Xbox Live Game Marketplace for free. If you just go to the Games tab and then go to Browse Games, you will see a little block that says Free for Gold. And if you have Gold, Xbox Live Gold, then you can download the game for free. And that is what we did, and just thought I'd advise you guys to go download and check that out for free.